Welcome to the Imperium Forex daily video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Well, the Australian dollar continues to fall as the overnight price action takes out that 75.95 support and heads on towards the next target, which is at 75.40 and respectively holds. In current of the light pattern that we're seeing here intraday, we could see a small impulse up towards the resistance of 75.95, but this should give good opportunity to short the market again, as I do expect to see further weakness continuing with the target holding towards 74.80.90 and reassess from there. Well, the euro consolidates now for the third consecutive day. However, the market is still content in looking towards 105.70 from a technical perspective. Reassess from there, as we could be looking at further weakness towards the 103.40.70. And what might trigger this is the tomorrow morning at 4 AM we have the release of the FOMC minutes, and should be looking very close into that to see when the next potential rate hike may be coming, and also to see how the FOMC is thinking about how the markets are looking now since their previous hike last month. Any advances in the euro so for the dollar index to support its bullish outlook should actually see the cap coming in around at 107.30.40 and minor at 106.90. Well, dollar yen still persisting the downside at this stage. Respecting the support once again at 110.20, the market has responded to a slightly bullish intraday outlook. Now, a break above 111.10.15 would give further scope to the upside and targeting around that 111.65.75 with firmer resistance seen at 112.55.60 to 65. If the market fails to hold this pattern and we do see a break of 109.90, then this would give further scope to the downside and a devastating blow to the bulls, and may see a move towards 107.40.70. So do keep a note on that level at 109.90. But at this stage, let's not get too bearish at the bottom of the range, as we could see an impulse towards that top side of 111.10.15 to 111.65.70 to 75. Well, the pan remains in a negative territory as the market slips lower. However, did respect that support at 124.20. In light of the pan, I expect to see further weakness. Now, the MACD hasn't even given us a negative signal yet, so there is further emphasis to the downside if this pattern continues, and we should reach the target at 122.10.20 and reassess from there. Any advances should see resistance now at 124.90.95 and firmer above to 125.60 to 126 figure 30 handle. Well, the gold, as you can see here, for the third consecutive time, rejects that level of 12.62 to 4 after printing a high of 61 and tumbling quite heavily, as you can see here from that doji. In light of the pattern, I expect to see further weakness with immediate support coming in now at 12.51 and then down to 46 to 38 and reassess from there. Any advances towards the top side should still find resistance around that 12.59 to 64 area. However, do note a break above 64 would negate the downside and instead give a firmer advance up towards 12.70 or even maybe up to 12.80, but this looks unlikely at this stage. And silver still struggling here. We do have a crossover from the stochastic to the bear side, and as you can see here, the indicators are starting to sway now towards a bearish stance. With the resistance locking in around 18.30.45, I expect to see further weakness and a challenge towards the low 18 handle and lower down towards 17.80 and reassess from there. So that wraps up my daily video. Thank you very much for joining me, and please look out for the intraday report, and I hope you have a great day ahead.